Nearly 4 years after the 1983 Project A, Jackie Chan released a sequel. It is still a work written, directed, and performed by Jackie Chan himself. In this installment, the crisis Jackie Chan faces is greater. Although this film is called Project A sequel, the story is completely new. The content is more complex than the previous installment. The background is set shortly before the 1911 Xinhai Revolution. Hong Kong was naturally in chaos under the governance of the Deterrent Circle. Ma Lulong was ordered to take over the Shi Circle, carry out special operations to crack down on gangs and operate across both the underworld, maintain the natural stability of society, establish a good social atmosphere. The new official faces numerous difficulties in the military supervision task. On the other hand, the pirates, severely damaged by Marlorn in the previous installment, remain as a preparing to enter Hong Kong. Pressed to kill Marulong, the third line is an expert with an extremely strong mindset, coming to capture revolutionaries. 3 factions. The U.S. side dominates as I take the stage. Constant conflicts, highly watchable, among Hong Kong action movies of that time. It belongs to a unique script. In my opinion, its classic status is on par with the previous one. This film is also a peak production, directed by Jackie Chan. You can see much of his personal style in the plot, story, and exciting scenes. Looking comprehensively at the design of action scenes from 3 aspects, I would call it a great masterpiece, directed by Jackie Chan. It was also nominated for the Golden Horse Awards, Best Picture and Best Director. Unfortunately, it did not win any awards. Achieved the annual box office champion in Hong Kong. The box office in Japan reached an astonishing $2.2 billion. The opening was to connect to the previous film's plot, arrange a few stubborn pirates. It's to avenge Luo Sanpao. This is Marulong's first potential crisis, only following the appearance of Ji Shanhuan from this tabloid, through changes in the character pilot, playing other roles. Using the dragon bird to give the 2 characters camera shots, hidden in these 2 cannon fodder roles, being toyed with in the palm of someone's hand. Then reveal the truth through dialogue. This San Juan asked Osinghu to fabricate a case and arrange the reporters properly, control the media, and carry out effective publicity work. In this scene, Jishanhuan is in the foreground. Osinghu is in the background. Once again, it is a secret collusion between 2 people. One is nominal, one is involved in the case. 2 people robbed the main jewelry store. Police dispatched at light speed in Jishanhuan. The reporter has been waiting for a long time. The one on the right, wearing glasses, is a passenger making a new cameo. The jewelry store owner had a heart attack. Lightspeed meal pickup. 2 fugitives escaped from the island, executed after being rescued by Ji Shanhuan. Shocked the higher level leaders. In the previous step, it was still the 7.5 gangs of the land police. This time, it became the water police headquarters. Why didn't the water police chief from the previous step participate? Because the actor Liu Hexuan passed away in January 1983. His son Liu Zhilong, you should be familiar with, the indebted state lawyer in the police story. He was the one who auditioned for it. The leadership held a meeting to decide to assign the West Ring of the 3 rings, to hand over governance to others. Among all the Chinese police officers, he is the only one allowed to carry a gun. No wonder he is so arrogant. I have always opposed Chinese police officers carrying guns. Do you oppose Chinese police officers receiving a salary? Here it mentions the Chinese police, refers to the local people of Hong Kong. Police composed of people from Guangdong and Shandong. The pay is not high. They try despite low wages, and there are many factions within the police force. They are divided into A, B, C, D, and E. Group A consists of police officers sent from mainland Britain. Group B consists of Indian police officers. Group C is local to Hong Kong. The police composed of people from Guangdong. D is the police from Jiaomo, Shandong. E is already after Russia's October Revolution of 1917. The Russian police exiled from Jiaomo, who settled here. In the timeline of Plan A, they have not appeared yet. At around 7:30 or 8, quickly tighten introducing the protagonist of this piece. He once carried out a very successful Plan A. Next, through a simple fixed shot, the tracking shot, through the arrangement of the actors, presents 3 revolutionary heroines, Liu Jialing, Maggie Cheung, and Guan Jiling, one by one showcased to the audience. Zhang Liu regarded Mai Hua as a notorious enemy from an earlier time. At the restaurant, he happened to meet Marlin and his brothers, along recognized Jishi, his girlfriend Amei from a parallel universe, so he kindly bought a bouquet of patriotic flowers. Also helped them with the performance. Sent away the 2 police officers who came to arrest someone. The 2 were robbed on the road. Marlin reached out again, using the steps and Tai Bien, parkour from the 2nd floor down to the lower level. Young Uncle Long never uses the stairs, displaying the character's movements through a panoramic downward tilt trying to teach us how to descend without using the stairs. When Marlin arrives at the soon-to-be-open police station, the scene we saw was indeed like this. The police personnel acted out of personal interest. They sheltered those involved in robbery. They treated the people involved in protection rackets with extreme hostility. Marlin wanted to meet their supervisor to report the situation, but several people hid in the room holding police batons. But they chose the wrong place. After all, they still don't understand Uncle Long's title as the god of Drama City. Marlin directly dodged the police baton and took a defensive move. He picked up a chair and smashed someone's foot, jumping over the table, pushing the chair to launch a ranged attack, continuously contacting the table to block the opponent's legs from below with both feet to knock them down, using a hat and tea to taunt, then picked up the chair and started showing off some fancy moves. Made the police officer feel the fear of being dominated by the chair. Skillfully used the baton to restrain people and check their identities. No problem. We're wearing Western police uniforms and Marlboro. Li Zhenghao, I either install it, let Marlon Xinpingqi point out their problem. The reply received is like this, regarding the date status. What kind of stall are you setting up? The new stick has 3 guns on a person, At worst, just don't do it. We're just working. Can't you do it? Now you're changing the subject. I don't believe you've never done anything wrong your whole life. Are you saying this to force us to resign? Just don't do it. Yeah, why bother? Facing a few seasoned workplace veterans, since Marlon unexpectedly didn't get angry, let's stabilize the situation first. Calm down the emotions of a few people. After all, going out to deceive, still need to understand more. Subordinates gathered to meet Marloni. Why are you guys so skilled? Only young police officers collaboratively push forward, filled with idealistic aspirations. Not talking about black money. Police officers who solely maintain public security and protect the people. After all, in his past life, he was a stern and upright official's symbol. Marlon learned from him. The biggest tiger in Shihuan is Using Tiger. His power is enormous. The tobacco pipe of Shihuan, he has shares in all exclusive venues. Baoluk Battle is his stronghold. So he decided to act the next day, to take all the police officers to carry out a raid to investigate the situation. However, things were not as simple as he thought. Marlon returned the money to them and earnestly advised them to work hard. The harm of pornography. However, those police officers, Yagan didn't listen, especially when hearing about Shik Zuona Ushinku directly refusing to do the chosen task. Also created a famous leave-taking scene. I am asking for leave. What reason? I also took leave. One at a time. What reason? My wife is giving birth to a son. My sister had a son. What a coincidence. My sister is his wife. My wife is his sister. Yes. Years later, it was borrowed by Stephen Chow and used in The Beauty Inside. Those tens of thousands of employees. Marlon didn't expect that these policemen were so hard to deal with. We have to prepare for both possibilities. Want Big Mouth to report who belongs to the assault team, then go with the brothers to Ushingu's old lair in Modi. However, Marlon still underestimated Usingu's strength. All the villains appear. The actor playing Oshinghu is Cheng Huiming. Joined the underworld at 16. Heard about the underworld background. Became a warning sign. Performing a real-life version. Corruption has become a common sight in Beiyuo. The rise somewhat resembles Li Qi's. The old man character is played by Han Yisheng. He is Changshan from the previous step. It seems this has been released, reinvented, and made into a villain again. Wang Longwei, a young kung fu actor. The scene that left the deepest impression on me. It's the one at the 5 halls during the Liu family meeting. Final showdown. Anyway, no offspring. Fan Shouhong's dad, in the Show of Strength, was skillfully played with a fan by Jackie Chan. The actor playing Damon Jing is called Mickey. He looks very much like Liu Jiao Tong. In reality, he is actually an unscrupulous actor. He went to rehearse because of the water conditions. Right after the dragon, he immediately went in headfirst. The last exciting away battle was a sorrowful journey. This time, there was no Red Sky Thorn beside Ma Shanglong. The other turkeys had low combat power. Several villains took turns humiliating Ma Shanglong. He was still relying on others. Kick it away. Summon many to depict Osinghu and others. Create a sense of pressure from these mini-bosses. Disorient and slow down the entire PvP This is battle. Ma Shanglong's second crisis. Once surrounded on all sides again, quickly send someone out first. Put out a few coins, strike with a finger motion. Directly rush to Oshinghu. After landing, I was again surrounded and attacked repeatedly, kicked hard. The other few people are too talkative and annoying. Took on the role of guiding. Only the player in the support role is still somewhat capable. Li Jiansheng is an actor playing the role of a class leader. He was confronted by a bold gang member. A human bomb attack. Several people were beaten helplessly without any chance to fight back. Once again, demonstrating the strength of the criminal underworld. Even battle-hardened police officers are no match. Chenglong, when designing this action scene, still emphasized his own reactions to being hit. He can't beat you on flat ground. Uncle Long then began to use intensification. Grab the control. Prepare to kick up the stairs. Got kicked down by Oshinghu with one kick. In the later fight design of Chenglong, it's basically all this style. You rarely see Uncle Long in a fight having the advantage in a citywide battle. Especially in this episode's encounter. That's already not so bad. That is quite tragic. The advantage of this design is that it gives the audience an expectation looking forward to the climax, anticipating how the villains will be dealt with, directly and immediately make it so that a few people use a wooden box to swing yourself up to the second floor. Choose the second floor of the hero's wall. Ensure that you won't be surrounded. However, Uncle Long feels uncomfortable fighting between the two, actively seeks to be caught in a pincer attack, because only then can he unleash his full strength. Continuous left-right simultaneous strikes. When caught in a pincer attack again, use all rapid strikes to annihilate the enemy clan. When facing someone rushing at you, extend your leg to keep them at a distance. 3 kicks to handle 2 opponents. However, the risk of extending the leg like this is that after falling to the ground, you get surrounded again by 3 opponents. Uncle Long's consecutive island hops. In the end, he chose the lightest one. Executed a powerful explosive attack without losing momentum. However, these guys don't play fair. They sneaked up from behind and knocked Uncle Long off the second floor. This scene shows someone falling down the stairs. It reminded me of Ma Shangyi. He was also pushed down the stairs by someone. The panoramic shot clearly shows the dangerous action of being pushed down the stairs. Chenglong is probably the toughest among action actors. At this moment, the sudden surge of water creates a sense of urgency. The combined strength of the maternal family members. Aoxing neither waits for villains nor dares to provoke before being taken away. Using Wuchao Palace. Ma Shanglulu expressed dissatisfaction. During the season, Along ordered his subordinates to release the 2 of them. Wang Longwei's inner thoughts. I didn't say anything either. Just look at you. Why did you provoke Ma Rulong? Uncle Long says he hasn't lost to me even when fighting 2 against 1, continuously kicking at the opponent. Then while fighting, Chen Hui-mi turned into Zheng Yaohua. The veteran of the Cheng family troupe is the actor who played the pirate earlier. Even his leg skills are impressive. Uncle Long closes the distance, trying to trade punches. He struggles to grab the leg kicked by Wang Longwei. He kicks him down with a single kick. Chen Huimi ran to the second floor, threw a flower pot at Ma Shanglu, which he easily dodged. If playing with props, Uncle Long from the exhibition wouldn't feel Previously, sleepy. Uncle Long acted all cool, teaching everyone how to quickly go upstairs. But even after going upstairs, still returned late. Pig leg was kicked down by Chen Huimi Di Sao, then was choked by Chiangren Suanenlei. Uncle Long tried to open with his head, but was kicked down to the ground again, dragging his foot all the way, trying to imitate Uncle Long. Uncle Long used a strong leverage move to quickly kick him, sending him flying downstairs. This falling martial arts move, it became even more terrifying because he hit a vase. The scene also became more impactful. This major battle was soon at a disadvantage throughout. In the end, it almost fell apart. The key lies in the away game's furniture. Not a single one was used. Moreover, the first floor terrain was complex. The terrain on the second floor is tricky. Due to the limitations of the terrain, it is difficult to maneuver during filming, and it is inconvenient to light the scene. So the resulting footage looks dim and hazy. Too many intermediate scenes featuring Chenglong Ida. It's also a helpless situation. Several big bosses were easily dealt with. An action series full of top-tier powerhouses that excites the audience. It seems a bit simple. This is understandable. After all, the chosen terrain is too small. Chenglong cannot run or fight properly, actively pressuring the opponent. More children take part in building. The protagonist Ma Shanglong, the two-fisted fighter, faces the dilemma of his However, the regret of this scene is made up for in the final decisive battle. Previously, Aihua makes a brief cameo this time. Some say that choosing Ma Shalong was too reckless. If Shui Shi hadn't sensed it, he might not have survived. Actually, this is just his personality. Extremely fierce like a nemesis, with a fiery temperament. When encountering unjust acts, take action immediately. Moreover, he is a police officer. The people's effort, when he brought the Oshinghu gang back to the police station, all the police officers inside the police station. Everyone looks up to this new young leader with renewed respect, especially admire the police station's prestige. This time, Long's operation is focused on digital matters and give everyone confidence. No matter how small an individual's strength is, one must still have the courage to fight evil. This part is actually telling the audience that these police officers still have good hearts. It's just that the former leader was at odds with the Ushinghu route. This environment's search trap causes them to become numb and unresponsive. The so-called two-step syndrome, frightened unexpectedly. A strong and solitary ice figure. A whole nest of brave men subdued. Shiwan has brought this righteous young spearhead. Caught a big tiger in less than 2 days. Where should we target Sanwen's head? But waiting for Ma Erlong. It's not an additional prize, but a markup on the goods.